Dracarys.
What's up guys, Throne of Games here. Video today about how Daenerys will not sit on the Iron Throne, especially not at the end of Game of Thrones. First of all, what we're going to do, we're going to look at the evidence. And the evidence, first of all, comes from George R. R. Martin. If you look at what he said in the past, just about how the books will end, we know the books and the show will end the same. So, if you look at the past of what he said on multiple occasions that it will not be a good guys win story. He will not follow old-fashioned tropes, and it will not be a predictable story the way it ends. He's also said that he doesn't like to make things easy for fans to guess. So there's the first bit of proof. The second bit of proof we're going to go from is from Dany's visions in season 2. All her visions have basically come to fruition. They've come true. In the show they are different to the book, but we do know the book and the show are going to end the same. So if you look at her vision in season 2 in the House of the Undying, she walks in the throne room and it's covered with snow. And that could be metaphorical references in snow, as in Jon Snow is the rightful king to the Iron Throne. But I don't think it is that. I think she goes to touch the throne itself and she doesn't actually touch the throne. The throne room is destroyed, she doesn't touch the throne. She goes outside to the wall where she meets Khal Drogo and her son, and it's sort of like in the afterlife. So maybe it's foreshadowing as well that she's never going to touch the throne, she's never going to win, and that she may die at the wall. She may die fighting the War for the Dawn against the others, because obviously she meets Khal Drogo and a baby on the other side of the wall. The second bit of evidence is basically that she goes, George R. R. Martin is not a fan of war, and he likes to show what war does and what conquering does. He said that openly in many interviews. He's not a fan of wars, he's not a fan of conquering, sort of stuff like that. So if you look at Daenerys, her whole claim to the throne is based off she thinks it's her right to sit on it, and she's basically, even though I don't think she's a bad like a villain, a bad person, she's basically just conquered. Aegon the Conqueror, it didn't end well for him, did it? Targaryens have a history of conquering, but it doesn't always go to plan. And I generally think that if Daenerys wins Game of Thrones, how predictable is it going to be? From season 1, well, from episode 6, season 1, where Viserys is killed, she's basically claimed it's her right to sit on the throne. She's going to get ships, she's going to get an army, she's got dragons, and she's going to conquer Westeros. And if she's been going towards that from season 1, and then in season 8, it would be too predictable for her to win. If it's been her arc from season 1 to just conquer every city that doesn't lie down under her rule. And as we've seen with Game of Thrones, there is a massive karma balance. As I said, I don't think she's a bad character. I just don't think she's, after what George R. R. Martin said about it being bittersweet, and about the fact that he doesn't like making things predictable, and he likes being opposite of what people sort of expect, it's a good assumption that Daenerys will never ever sit on the throne. Like I said, in my opinion, this is what's going to happen. There's going to be 3 endings that can happen. Obviously they are bittersweet, that's been confirmed. So what would a bittersweet ending entail? I think number 1, there's no Red Keep, there's no throne room, there's no King's Landing. It gets destroyed in the War for the Dawn, and it basically Westeros goes back to a independent rulership where lords rule their areas. So Daenerys would go back to Dragonstone, which is the ancestral home of Targaryen anyway, which is her home, not actually the King's Landing, and she would rule there as an independent ruler. The second one, which I think is quite likely to be honest, is that Jon Snow will sit on the throne and Daenerys will be his queen. I think they'll get married at the end of season 7, and I think that Daenerys will be his queen and they will sit on the throne. She'll never rule Westeros like she wanted to, but she'll be queen to Jon Snow. Now the third one, which is a bit out of left field, but there's actually a lot of evidence supporting it, and I could go into way more just sort of obvious reasons why it would happen, will be that Jon would kill Daenerys in a sacrifice to kill the others. But that is going to be in the next video or the one after. I'll see you in that one. I will be doing a reaction to the Game of Thrones trailer. It should be coming out very soon, within the next couple of weeks. My guess is in 9 days, 8 days at Game of Thrones Con. I think it will be there. But if you like what you heard, comment and subscribe. I'm a new channel, I'm just getting going, and I appreciate all the help.